Hey, Jessica Mingus here. So, you want to self-publish a children's book, whether you have the illustrations or you don't have the illustrations. This is how I did it, and it can be uh, this easy. It took a little bit of work, but nonetheless, here we go. Uh, you're going to want to start an account on kdp.amazon.com. First thing you'll do to build the account is put in your public information, and then you're going to be prompted to the bookshelf. Every time you log in, the first thing you'll see is your bookshelf full of the books you've created. And this is that page. I'll go ahead and edit print book details and show you what it looks like as you're building out the book for Amazon. The first thing you're going to want to do is select the language, and then you're going to put in your book title. Yep. If this is a part of a series, where that falls in the series, the author, contributors, if there are any. This also, you can add the illustrators if there are any editors, you can add that in here as well. Photographers, and then the description. So my book's about a family takes a ski trip for the first time, a little context in the book, and what my target audience is. Again, with the target audience category that most suits this book, and then keywords. Very important. Keywords are super important because say a mom or a grandmother is just searching for a book that, will pique their kids' interest. These keywords will help them find your book. So there is that, and then a published date and a release date. And then you're going to go to the neatier, grittier section, the paperback content for your book. The most recommended print option is premium color interior. This is for the crisp, vibrant colors of the illustrations, recommended for graphics that go all the way out to the edge of the pages. And then it has a heavier weight in the paper. So then you're going to want to select your trim size. This is extremely important, and I recommend using maybe the most common trim sizes because it'll affect your ability to distribute the book on a larger level. So, and it'll tell you in here when you go to select the height and width of your book. I can't change mine because I've already published the book, but it'll tell you what can and can't meet those distribution options. So, and then bleed, if you have images that are going to go out to the edge of the pages, you'll have to choose that option. This example up here is a great example of photos that don't bleed. So don't necessarily have to choose that. And then glossy finish was most recommended for children's books through the research I did. So then you're going to upload your manuscript. And notice I chose 8.5 by 8.5 for my trim size, but my manuscript says 8.625. So 0.125 height increase, and then a 0.225 width increase. And then I'll tell you what that is in a moment. And then uploading the cover. So you need to have your back and your front of your cover side by side. To do this easily, the easiest option I found was to choose this cover formatting guide. It's highlighted right here. And you insert your trim size. And then it'll generate for you a template that you can then go and upload in Canva and upload those images side by side. And I can show you a little bit more about Canva in just a second. I use some AI generations. So I went ahead and filled out that save rate and then launched a preview of my book. And you'll see the pages side by side, and you'll know if you want page 2 to be next to page 3, and then page 4 to be next to page 5, and just like the layout when you open the book, you'll get to look at that, and it'll show you the margins they have for it and the bleed. And after I previewed it, thought it looked great. You can't preview it if you don't meet the minimum 24 pages. So there's a minimum 24 pages for a children's book. After that, you'll see your print costs once those have uploaded successfully. And let's see what else. So you can't go from tab 1 into tab 2 to tab 3, paperback rights and pricing, unless you've successfully completed the other options. So I chose to do my book worldwide, and this will break it down for you. The pricing, royalty, and distribution. I chose to sell my book for $12.99. My printing cost is $4.20. My royalties from each sale from that $12.99 will be $3.59. Great. I'm super happy with that. You know, Amazon is printing, distributing, you know, and marketing my book out there, getting it out there. It's an easy to use platform. Everybody uses it nowadays. So I'm super happy with that. And there are other self-publishing platforms out there. And the expanded distribution, like I'd mentioned, trim size matters on this one. This is a catalog that will reach libraries, universities, other booksellers, and they can purchase your book from such. And so the royalty, if you opt in to do that, will be a little bit smaller. And then terms and conditions. Once you have, you can request approve prior to publishing your book. I just used the preview option, and I thought that, that was enough for me. That was suitable. And then if I had any errors, which I'll go through the errors that I made and I had to navigate through on Canva. But it took me 24 hours to find out whether I was going to get to publish my book or I had some errors I needed to correct. And they told me my errors via email. So I knew what I needed to go fix. And then I would upload it. And then there was a new error I had to go navigate around. So once I made it past the 24 hours, I was like, okay, this is different. Now I've made it 48 hours, and then my book was published. So it didn't even take the whole 72 hours. But this is what I did in Canva for my book. I'm here. I have a subscription to Canva. It's $15 a month. I think it's well worth it. I made, in the first day, I made back what I had spent in my subscriptions the past 3 months. So I was happy with that. But I'm going to create a design, and I'm going to customize this to my trim. I'm going to put it in inches. And I'm going to do 8.5 by 8.5. Create a new design. And I already got it set up. That's nice. Settings. I want to go ahead and show the margins. So while I'm working and I'm adding my text and illustrations, I know what won't get cut out. And if your text is not within the margins, your book will get flagged. So you'll have to go around and, edit your text anyways. So I'm here, and say I already had my illustrations. I scanned them in to my computer. I saved them on my computer. Now I'm going to upload the file, and look at this. I uploaded this illustration. Let's say I drew this. Now I'm going to add text, and you can do some research on what the best font is. I found that this font looks great. And I think it was recommended. It's pretty dark. Look, I got black text in there. So I added elements behind my text to kind of brighten it up. Things that would naturally work in this image, right? Snow. And then, I mean, you can add other elements. Like she only has one ski pole. I'm going to give her another ski pole. I just search these elements up here. It's super easy. And you know, you want it to match. So sometimes like this little black ski pole, I'd go in and draw that. I'd go in and draw uh the lines from my ski lift. Like those were a little bit more tedious, right? And I can get a close up of what that looks like. But tons of different elements. These elements you do have to have a subscription to use. So just go ahead and get the subscription. But to add pages, I would add page here. Say I wanted page 3 to be page 2. I like this illustration a little bit better for these texts. So you can go ahead and move it there. You can duplicate the page. Say I have an illustration and I want it to be mirrored on the next page. So, right, you got a hill, page 2 and page 3, and it just flows so beautifully together. You know, you can duplicate the image and then you can go and you can flip the image right up here. Move the background if you just want that character, and then you can drag that character to different pages, right? But this is how I generated the character. Talking really fast. Always got a lot going on. So a girl with brown hair, brown eyes, skiing. Right? That's the image I use this children's book app on here to generate. I found that app on this app section up here that I just clicked it on the left-hand side. So I searched for children's book and I typed this in. I hit consistency mode and I generated the image. Consistency mode is not all that consistent. I have never found to generate a character like this. This is a beautiful character. And then I wanted that character, you know, riding a ski lift or riding a snowmobile, and it'd be the same character. So I'll show you what I did to edit that. And even though I love this character, if I don't feel like I can edit their positions, then I'll just keep generating another character. I'm out of credits for today. This app, you can purchase more credits. It's 100 credits a day for $6.99. But I didn't do that. Worked slowly on this for 3 months, just when I had time. So I'm going to look. This is another one. I think I used that same description, and this is the character it gave me. Oops, I didn't want to remove the background. All right, well, all right, there we go. So, no, I don't want to remove the background. I'm going to show you stuff. So here in this Magic Studios, I got this by clicking on the image and hitting edit. You can remove the background. Magic edit right here does not work that well. Say I wanted her pants blue. So I'll go in and highlight them and then I'll get like a blue jean magic edit and it won't even look like an illustration. It'll look like a realistic image. That's what I found a lot anyways. But see, she has 3 legs. So that app generator doesn't always work very smoothly, right? So I'll go in and erase her leg, or I can click on her leg to erase it. And I guess it clicked on the whole image. I would have to go in and use the brush to just get her leg. And you can change the brush size right here for the smaller things like the ski poles. And then I'll hit erase and it'll be magically gone. So then I can add different elements, like I want a cabin right here in this image. I'll go in elements and find that, or I'll generate a cabin through the children's book story app. All right, so there you go. That's erased. Now, I need to wait really quickly. Last thing. Now I'm going to magic grab. So this I wonder why that didn't work. Did I not click on the image? Magic grab, here I am. So I can click on her, magic grab her, move her around, or I can use the brush and I can just magic grab her face right here. So I am magic grabbing her head, and then I can move her around and adjust her and generate images and magic rabbit eyes and just all these sorts of things until I finally got what I wanted my book to look like. So and to resize, very important. You can include a custom size. So I had that 8.5 by 8.5, and I needed to change that. I needed to increase my height and my width for the book for bleeding purposes for print. So I chose a custom size and I inserted that, copy and resize. I had to do that to my entire book. And then once you have so many pages, it'll allow you to just do it to a few pages, but I did it for the whole book. And now, boom, it's automatically in here, that custom size. So now I'm going to share this. I'm going to hit download. And I need to upload this book now that it's done. So I'm going to go PDF print, best for printing. And then I'm going to choose, you don't want to show the marks and bleeds because the marks and bleeds for Canva are different for Amazon. And then, so you don't want to choose that, but you do need to choose the flattened PDF. So you have to flatten your PDF or you'll get flagged, I found out. And what that does is that allows your text to not move, this text back here. So that is super important to choose that option. And then the RGB, best for digital use, that was most recommended amongst the internet. And then you'll download. And if you only need to download one page, say for your cover, you'll select that page here. And then you can upload it into Amazon. So that is in a whole how I did it. And I will include this link in the description. This is all about your trim size, your bleeds, your margins. But you know, how I showed you is the best way to do that. Make sure to turn off your margins when you save it because your margins on Canva might be a little bit off from the margins in Amazon, but you use that as a guide to make sure your words are within the margins, right? Because Amazon will flag you if your words are not within their margins. And that, like I said, is how I did it. So, best of luck and thanks for watching.